Hi, it's Ingrid, and I'm back with my December Daily series, and this is page 10. As you can see here, the background paper that I'm using is the Heidi Swap Christmas paper pack, and that is actually the only pattern paper or paper at all that I will use in this layout. And so I'm just going to punch my holes like normal, and they're going to be on the left-hand side because this is going to be the front of the page. The first thing that I'm going to do here is a process that I've used before, and I'm just taking some craft paint in a manila color, and I'm just going to scrape it using an old hotel key. And I like this process for several reasons. First of all, it dries very quickly. Second of all, it kind of resembled snow to me since it's, kind of off-white. And lastly, it mutes my page so it's not so busy. And as you can see there that I have some stamped images, and what I did this year is I took all the holiday stamps that I thought that I might use, and just so I'd have reference to them, I stamped them on paper, on like the back of a scrap sheet of paper. So I grabbed 5 stamps there, and I'm going to take this manila paper and stamp on the back of it using those stamps as a background paper. And originally it was going to be a layer in my page, but it wasn't until I went to go dry something in a little bit, because I put it to the side, that I realized that I had completely forgotten about it. So I end up not using it until later. I'm taking some Color Shine in Gold. I am taking some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist Chalkboard in Mantis, as well as some Heidi Swap Color Shine in Citron, and I'm just sprinkling it on the page. And then I think I also take the white Delusions ink spray and white linen. And so I'm just going to go and dry it really quick, and as I come back, you can see there that the pictures that I've decided to use are pictures. It's actually one picture of my hand on my laptop working on my December daily. And I'm just documenting that I started a December daily this year, and most importantly that I decided to document it on YouTube, which is a big step for me. It's pretty nerve-wracking to do it, and I sit here and talk, and I don't know if who's listening or whatever. So I'm going to be doing a haul later, and this is a piece that came from my haul, and it's actually some tags, Christmas tags, and they're by Pink Paisley, and it's the Merry and Bright collection, and they're uber adorable, and I got them yesterday at Tuesday morning, even though I swore that I would not get any more Christmas embellishments or papers or anything else. But they were so cute I couldn't pass them up. And so here I'm just playing with the layout. As I said before, there's 4 pictures with different filters, same picture with different filters. And so I'm just playing around to see what colors, kind of go together and what looks good. And I actually, on this one, I had a fast process going, and it ended up being a little bit longer than I wanted because I overthought it. Pretty much the way that it's laying there, almost except for that Let It Snow piece, and that's all from the Heidi Swap embellishment kit for this Christmas. But the way that it sits right there is pretty much the way that it's going to be, but I play around with some other stuff, and I'm not sure why. I should have just gone with what I had in the first place. Again, there's that foam snowflake that I keep trying, and then this is that other snowflake that I found at Dollar Tree that I used on, I think it was day 2, but I don't use it. And so there's my finger tapping, like what am I going to do? I don't know if you guys do that, but I do. Here's some other pieces that I found at Tuesday morning. It was some stickers, and they're just adorable. Like I said, I went overboard, and you can't tell on the screen there, or I don't think you can tell how shiny these are, but it's a gold. Oh, there it goes. You can kind of see there, and it's a gold shine. And so I'm looking through the words to see if any of them stick out at me, and then I put them to the side again, and I'm just not 100% happy with the layout of it. And because I feel like there's something missing to the left, and normally what I would do is I would do a cluster there on the side of the tag, but since I've done that before, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So even though it will be very similar to, you know, what I did before. So I'm looking through my stash there of like little embellishments. There's the little tag that I try to use one of the days, and I put it back because it takes away from it. What I did use was that kind of like faux button or faux flare, I should say, the little snowflake layered on top of a chipboard snowflake from, I think it was Maya Designs, that I've had for oodles and oodles of years. And so I like the way that looks, and I'll still play around with the placement of it there. And I don't know if that's the way that you guys scrapbook, and there goes my finger again, click, click, click. But I don't know if this is the way you guys scrapbook or not, or if you guys are less decisive or more decisive than I am. I would love to know. I feel like sometimes I'm on it, and then sometimes it just takes me forever. And I see I still have those stickers there. And I think it's at this point that I finally say, you know what, I'm going to stick with it. I liked it the first time I put it down, so I'm just going to commit and put it down. And how many times am I going to have to say that to myself? I don't know. I decided to use the 3 pictures instead of the 4, and I'm going to layer the tag there. I just went over to my hot glue gun and I glued it down. And I know that the words now on the thickers that I want to use is right now, because that's what's going on right now, is that literally I'm doing this video, and right now is the December daily, and it's all going on. And I thought that just it was just perfect wording. So I didn't mess around too much with it with the wax paper, and I just decided to put it down the top right and then the bottom, or excuse me, top left and bottom right. And I go around through the thickers to see if there's any little embellishments that I could add, but I felt like it kind of took away from the title, and so I'm just going to end up leaving it the way it is. And I like the way that they're diagonal from each other. And again, I know I use this term a lot, but it grounds the page. And then here I'm just writing my journaling, and what it says is I finally started documenting on YouTube, starting with my December daily, and it was, and I scratched it out and put is, scary and intimidating, but I'm going for it with everything I've got. And then on the bottom you can check off naughty or nice, and in red I checked off nice, and then I wrote of course, because of course I'm super nice most of the time anyways. So, and then that was just my real journaling of what I was feeling. And then here I take that I actually glanced over on the side, and I noticed the wax paper, and I thought it would give a good element to the page. And so I'm just tearing it with my fingers here, and I'm going to back it behind this little embellishment that says Santa Tracker. And then I realized I want another piece. So I'm just going to cut another piece, and on this piece I'm actually going to crumble it up to give it more dimension, and I am going to back it behind the other one. So it's going to be the embellishment, the one piece of the wax paper, and then the other piece that's crumbled behind that. And I tied in the Santa Tracker with the bottom tag that says Dear Santa. And so I thought that was appropriate, and I actually love the way that it looks there, because with the wax paper, it just gives it a dimension. That's one thing that I love to do, is add pieces that normally wouldn't go, and like linens, wax paper, glassine bags, anything like that. I think that it just gives it so much personality. And here I took out some wood veneers by Studio Calico, and they are there's some chevrons and some diamonds and some triangles. And so I'm just taking 3 triangles, and I covered 2 in the Tinsel Glimmer Mist, which is like I said, a shimmery gray. And then I'm taking the cherry. And then I realized, oh, I didn't use this page. What am I going to do with it? So at first I cut out a Christmas tree to put it behind those shapes, but it didn't work for me. You lost the shape because it was too light. And so I take this deer silhouette, and I just fussy cut it out, and I'm going to actually put it back and shine it with Glimmer Mist in gold. And I do it twice. I let it dry a little bit, and then I'm going to do it again just to give it some shine. And it doesn't really show up on camera how shiny it is, but I just love Glimmer Mist is so cute. So that was my son bringing me my sweet tea. And so also these circles I didn't show, but on Facebook, I had posted that it actually on one of my videos, I had said how my circle punch doesn't work. And so someone gave me the idea to take and cut out with aluminum foil that it would sharpen the punch. And so I did. So I have all these circles hanging around. I didn't want to get rid of them. And I thought might look cute. And so I end up using those. I layered two of them are doubles and one is a single, and then I stapled it with my tiny attacher and then put the deer and then the triangle pieces on top, and I just used some hot glue to adhere it down. And that's my page, and here's some close-ups that you can see, and I love the way that it turned out. It actually went completely the opposite of what I originally had in mind. And I don't know, do you guys scrapbook like that too? Do you have an idea and then it just takes a life of its own? But usually those are the ones that I end up loving the most. So I don't know what that says, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember that if you did, subscribe and hit like, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you soon.